Hey y'all, Blazing Banter here. Happy Wednesday. And look what we got overnight. A little treat from Rep. So I'm just gonna cut the bullshit, get right into it. I'm probably gonna end up speeding it up because it's like an hour long. Yuck. Yeah. So anyway, let's just get into it, y'all.
Oh, so,
Our government hates us.
life isn't perfect, Life is what you make it, really. So, I could go to myself, could things be better in life? Yeah, of course. But you know what? I got a computer here. I have a cool O-ring light that I like. I like doing the O-ring lighting is definitely.
Okay, so again, here we are dressed up as, I believe, it's Kitty Doomz. Kitty Doomz. And he wants to talk about how our government hates us. It's a little easier to take him seriously like this. I know.
Definitely where it's at. And I'm giving the gold light because you can't really see me that well. I love that lighting of like the feel of that like neon, like this color. Like I like that vibe in the room, but you can't really see me that good. It doesn't project really enough light, But I appreciate what I have, this cardigan I'm wearing here, it's a 2X that I got. And it's comfy, because it's oversized for me. So it's comfy. And I got this in rehab. And I still wear it today. And they gave it to me in rehab because I couldn't wear any of my clothes in rehab because it had cords in it. And I was, self-termination-y at the time. So they're like, you can't wear this shit in the place because, like, either other people could use it or you could use it on yourself. So it's like, oh, I get it. Okay.
Here's the problem I have with this cardigan that they gave him. He could definitely have hung himself with that. Maybe he wasn't paying attention when they were talking.
So like I was wearing borrowed clothes at rehab.
My, people that I know in my past, I've known a couple of people that have went into treatment. So the first one they just gave scrubs to, I believe, because they were in danger of self-harming. The other one was also in danger of self-harming. But they did let me drop off clothes for them, so it's crazy. But anyway, that's all I know.
It's like I went in there as a homeless person almost, But I really liked it, and I want to go back to rehab and learn more from classes.
Sorry.
And stuff.
Why does he keep fucking shaking his
Shanny's
head?
back to playing Hogwarts, which I'm happy about because it's a fun game to watch play. It's a very cool. These games, man, it's really incredible. Like, I would say this game, the Hogwarts game, and the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game. And there is a forthcoming, apparently, Matrix game
I forgot
coming.
to speed this up.
I don't know how close they are to releasing that, but I heard there was this great tech demo
1.5
that came out years ago now. It was on the PS5. We had a PS5 for a while. The good one, with the deluxe one, with the drive and all of that. We had the good PS5, the PS5 Pro, or whatever they call it. I don't know.
What happened to it?
And there was a tech demo for the Unreal 5 engine on there, and it was a Matrix game. Man, that was great. It was very, you go here, you do this, and it's simple, but the graphics were just insane. It was like literally playing a Matrix movie. And I think the Hogwarts game is made in that engine. Actually, it is. Yeah, the Unreal 5 engine is absolutely unbelievable. Like the visuals that it can put out, and the lighting. I don't know how they do the shit they do with the lighting, but it's incredible. It's like really amazing, But I've learned to.
He's really into himself. Like when he's dressed up in this persona of Revelina or Kitty Doomz, He really is feeling the way he looks. He likes to toss his hair a lot. I don't know. That's just what do y'all think?
Really just appreciate what I have. I think I've gotten pretty good at that. Which is, you have to do it in life, you know. If you're privileged to the point where you'd never see poverty, then maybe you don't have to do that. But for somebody that's not, you know, royal family level, well, I can fuck up my life as much as possible and I'm still going to have money. When you're not like that, man, you can make mistakes. Raw, I heard of Kit Kats. So I'm continuing on my journey in life to do at least one video a day reviewing the bullshit. So we're going to go and we're going to start reviewing bullshit. Let's see what we got today. We have a military lawyer exposes the IDF. Oh boy, isn't this wonderful? Can we get more evil from Israel? I request more evil from Israel. And then Bernie Sanders is, I see Bernie over here in the corner. Bernie's going, oh my God, he's doing the fingers in the video. Look, oh my God, he's on the, Bernie on the shutdown. We're going to watch that fast. Not yet. Well, yeah, maybe that's 20 minutes. Oh my God, Bernie is just going to lose his shit. God, subscribe. Go subscribe to Bernie Sanders right now and insist that this fucking guy run for president and not ball wash Democrats, okay? But let's check this out. Military lawyer exposes the IDF.
That guy is like fucking ancient. Like, no offense, but like, is he even going to make it to the next presidential election? Like, he's getting up there. Some people should be retiring.
Let's see the disgusting disgrace. Let's hit a thumbs up. Let's do Young Turks. Let's absolutely. Their subs are not high enough, okay? Let's get TYT on the top of all media. Look at this. Mark Levin wants Tucker canceled. Why? Because Tucker will not worship the government of Israel. And Mark Levin is a Sabbatean Satanist fucking Jew that wants him to worship and ball wash the fucking government of Israel. Mark Levin can suck a fucking nutsack.
Well then.
Go live in Israel, Mark Levin. Let's listen to this. That's Bernie. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It makes no sense.
What has Israel become? And are you proud of it?
No.
Are you really proud of this?
No.
If you say you're still proud of this, there's something wrong with you.
I agree.
You gotta look in the mirror.
Hey, Jake, you know who's not proud of this? Jesus Christ is not proud of this. Do you understand that, Jake? Do you understand that all the bullshit that you see in the world is in the Bible? It's time to believe in God, Jake. Okay, you have to understand there's spiritual powers as well as physical, just regular physical powers. There are spiritual principalities above this evil shit. And then, oh wow, it explains everything, because why are governments so evil? We ask ourselves, oh, people can't be that bad, right, Jenk? Let's really have a talk, Jenk. People can't be that evil, can they? Yeah, they can. Why? Power. At the top of the heap of this evil, Jenk, is what you call spiritism. They're into spirit. They're into what you would call nonsense as an atheist. And you can't, look, you can no longer be ignorant to the devices of the enemy. And the enemy is spiritual. They believe this shit. I don't care if you're an atheist. You can't be in this box of all physicality and spirit is nothing, Jenk. It's time to fucking stop that bullshit. There is clearly something more going on than just physical.
Sorry, I'm not even paying attention.
Why do these people have this weird obsession with depopulizing, like depopulation agenda? Why do they want to kill people? Why? It all makes sense if there's a spirit world and they're siphoning energy from the spirit world. And the way they do that is through abuse, physical, sexual, emotional, psychological abuse. They siphon energy from that shit. It's spirit, though. It has nothing to do with really the physical world, other than that's the way they interface, of course, is physicality, because that's how you interface with your reality, is through your physicality. There's definitely ways to probe the spirit. There's ways that astral projection and these things are real. But the fact is that you're dealing with spirit, and if you don't understand that, then you're going to see only the physical, and none of this makes sense. None of this fucking makes sense if they're just regular people. It doesn't make sense, because their intentions are so evil. I hate this. So with that understood, if we're going to keep going on, well, we're just going to pay attention to the physical shit here, then you're not seeing the full picture. And it doesn't even make sense at this point. You're just like, well, this is the world and how it is in chaos. No. It's a spiritual thing. When you're fucking blown off the head of a baby and you go, fuck yeah, Israel is the way. There's energy behind that. And if you don't understand that that's their commodity is energy. It's not even power. They want the power at the top of the heap of the pyramid. They want the power so that they can siphon the energy. You get it?
Think of therapist and figure it out. Because this is disgusting, no matter what country does it.
Top military lawyer in Israel is now in custody for leaking horrific footage of Israeli soldiers abusing a Palestinian detainee.
Oh.
Jake, before we get into the harrowing details, what do you make of this story?
Well, I was told that Hamas is the worst thing that you could possibly imagine because they did sexual assault on October 7th. And I agree, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And here is the IDF doing sexual assault. So
Oh.
I'm sure that the Israelis will find it just as objectionable. In fact, since it's their own...
I'm Israel High. And if the IDF, if it's the IDF doing the sex assault, then it's fine. Because they're dogs, they're Palestinian dogs, and they deserve any kind of abuse that comes to them. Don't you understand that? Unfucking believable. Let's hear about it.
Even more objectionable, right? Right? No. Of course, let's find out how they're going to punish the person who told you.
Well, viewers, be warned, this story is extremely graphic.
Right.
That aside, let's explain what's happening in Israel.
All right, hang on. Trigger warning for anybody, all right? I'm going to do a quick pause in content here. Trigger warning, anybody that is triggered by probably sexual assault or anything like that, you should click off the video right now. Bye. Okay, now let's go into it. Warning, leave if you don't want to hear this.
2024, a video of IDF soldiers seemingly abusing a Palestinian detainee sparked international outrage. The incident took place at the Stai Taiman military facility. An anonymous IDF reservist who served there stated, I woke up in Stai Taiman and simply saw how an Abu Ghraib-like thing was taking shape.
There we go.
You see normal, pretty ordinary people reaching a point where they abuse people for their own amusement, not even for an interrogation or anything. In a leaked video, a blindfolded Palestinian detainee is surrounded by a group of soldiers who arrange themselves around the detainee so their actions cannot be seen by...
I pulled out my headset. Sorry.
Go figure.
Got hooked on my fucking gauntlet or some shit. Sorry. All right, go ahead, brother.
Surveillance footage. While we can't see exactly what's happening in the footage, we do know what happened next. The detainee was severely ill when he arrived at a hospital and required surgery for a rectal perforation. According to the person who viewed the medical file and spoke on the condition of anonymity. The detainee also had signs of trauma to the chest and the abdomen, the person said. The detainee's injuries, including several broken ribs, were life-threatening. An anonymous medical staffer who witnessed the detainee stated, it was pretty horrifying. It's just setting the bar so low that I don't know how we can deteriorate more morally. I was aware things like that could happen, but I've never witnessed anything like that. The detainee was treated at a civilian...
Does it bother anyone else, like, while this dude is talking about what happened to this person, that he's just in the background dancing back and forth?
...hospital, and the case came to light because the hospital staff spoke out about what they saw. Worse still, according to Drop Site News, a classified Israeli military order shows the man Israeli soldiers brutally raped on camera for 15 minutes was never charged with any crime.
Oh. That's crazy work.
I'm at a bad angle here, I think, guys, and I keep just pulling out my ear headset. I'm sorry. But I want to read this. I want to actually read this out. IDF order reveals Palestinian gang raped by soldiers at Said Timian was. Jesus Christ. IDF order reveals Palestinian gang raped by soldiers at SDA's Taiman was civilian, not Nakba fighter. Not Nakba? Maybe the Nakba. That's when the displacement of the native Palestinians was done. The Nakba. I guess that's what that word is. A classified Israeli military order shows the man Israeli soldiers brutally raped on camera for 15 minutes. They do this stuff. Listen, guys. They are so blatant about their crimes. Israel. This is mind-blowing to me that I have to speak about Israel like this. This is so fucking gross. They are so scrupulous. They have so little regard for human beings when it comes to, if you're Palestinian, you're a dog. You are not a human to them. They film their war crimes. They don't only just do the war crime, but they film it and then they post it on Telegram. I heard you can see some really crazy fucking shit on Telegram. I don't know. I don't delve into these demonic areas of the internet. Like, there's so many people that if you're on Facebook, they'll just randomly message you and go, hit me up.
Okay, sorry. Scoops. That app's fucked.
On WhatsApp. Why do I want WhatsApp? I hear they deal drugs on there. There's prostitution on there. I don't want any part of this shit. They want common people going into very seedy fucking behaviors, and they're getting them into it by these new apps. Oh, it's an app. It's the new app. It's really cool. There can't be any bad stuff with it's technology. You can track everything. So how is there going to be anything evil going on? Yeah, right. Okay. When the authorities are running probably the WhatsApp shit. Running a prostitution ring as cops, on WhatsApp. Oh, I guarantee that type of shit's happening. Because it's so anonymous. The internet is like the Wild West. It is so bad. There's so much scamming and bullshit on the internet. It's horrible. And it's because you're able to be anonymous. And that has to come to an end. I'm a free speech advocate. I'm an advocate of the Fourth Amendment, which is no unjust search and seizure. I'm all into that, okay?
Oh, okay.
But when it comes to the internet, there are victims being made every day on the internet that are innocent people because of this anonymous reporting and this shit that they can accuse you of stuff that's false and there's no consequence. They just call and it's anonymous and they're allowed to be anonymous and it's false. And
Whoa. I feel like Rev's talking about himself here. And this is just another case where he's super wrong. Yes, people can call your employer, but your employer can't terminate you based off he said, she said. Your employer will have some sort of evidence, otherwise you can sue them. And that's a liability to the company.
And you can lose your fucking job over this stuff, and they are liars. So how do you fix that? You can only have one internet account. One.
How's that going to work for you, Mr. Kitty Doomz? Last I checked, what was that one video? He had 50 different fucking cell phones. I don't know if he had them all linked up to the same account. I'm just saying. That's going to kind of screw him over with his little, porn issue.
It'll be like a whole new ID. And if you break the laws, you break the rules of your internet ID, which is strapped to your social security number, you get one account, then you get suspensions. And if you are egregious and you continue with your harassment of people or whatever the hell crimes that you're involved with on the internet, you get an internet ban and you can't go on the internet no more. I am for it. I am for that because it's the Wild West over in these motherfucking parts. And you can destroy families and get away with it and be criminals. That's got it.
Look. No one destroyed your family, motherfucker, but you and your fucking lard-ass wife sitting up in that living room. Y'all both decided to be abusive to them boys. Y'all both decided never to give them fucking shit. You both decided that it was okay for CPS to just take them away when you never should have went back. After you hurt her son, you never should have went back. But you did. But that's okay, because I'm hoping, knock, 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 fingers crossed, I do pray that William and Zach are in much better places right now.
That's got to end. And the way you end that is an internet fucking ID. You got to do it. Cenk Uygur and the bullshit. Can you believe this? They raped a Palestinian man for 15 minutes on camera. Flaunting it, the IDF. This is so disgusting. He was never charged. The military soldiers that did this were not charged for any crime. For months, pro-Israel advocates claimed he was an elite Hamas Nakba fighter who participated in October 7th to justify the atrocity. The leaked document confirms that he was a civilian, one of 1,700 Gazans being held without charge and freed from the Israeli torture sites in the recent exchange on October 13, 2025. Under the deal, Israel had only agreed to free 1,700 Palestinians from Gaza who had not been charged with any crime.
Okay.
For months, pro-Israel advocates claimed he was an elite Hamas fighter who participated in October 7th to justify the atrocity.
They just raped him.
The leaked document confirms he was a civilian, one of 1,700 Gazans being held without charge and free from Israel's torture sites in the recent exchange on October 13th, 2025. Under the deal, Israel had only agreed to free 1,700 Palestinians from Gaza who had not been charged with any crime. Last year, 5 of the Israeli reservists who abused the detainee were indicted on charges of assaulting a prisoner. Their trial is still ongoing. But the charges sparked outrage in Israel. At one point, furious right-wing Israelis even stormed that facility. They were upset at the Israeli government for prosecuting their country's own soldiers. Here's one horrific example of what the discourse looked like in Israel. In a heated exchange in Israel's parliament, one lawmaker asked another, "To insert a stick in a person's rectum, is that legitimate?" "Yes," replied Enoch Milwitsky, a member of Likud. "If he is a Nukba, everything is legitimate to do to him."
Oh, that's crazy. Yikes.
Says the Nazi in the Knesset. Do you understand now that you have Nazis in Israel? These Jew dogs aren't worthy of oxygen. Right? Isn't that what SS officers and Himmler and his guys felt about the Jews, right? They're not worthy of oxygen, right? Well, behold the new Nazism, which is Zionism. And I'll say it all day long. This is proof. If they are a fighter for the cause of the other side, anything is kosher to do to them. It's open. It's war crimes. Israel is a war crime. They are systematic in their war crimes, and they must be removed. The entire Likud party needs to be imprisoned for being psychotic.
Everything. Around that same time, Bezalel Smotrich, Israel's finance minister, stated that the soldiers should be treated like heroes, not villains.
Oh.
Fast forward to this year.
Yeah, okay, rapists should be considered heroes. I don't think so. You take a Palestinian man, civilian, and rape him with a fucking pole for 15 minutes on camera, and you're trying to tell me that you're moral. You're trying to tell me that you have any kind of high ground whatsoever. Israel can go and burn in hell.
On Friday, Major General Yifat Tomer Yerushalayim officially stepped down as Israel's most senior official overseeing military justice. In her resignation letter, she revealed that she leaked the video of the IDF soldiers abusing the detainee.
Good for her.
As the person standing at the head of the military prosecution, and out of a sense of deep responsibility to the military, to the unit, and my soldiers, I approve releasing the material to the media in an effort to thwart the false propaganda against law enforcement in the military. Unfortunately, the basic understanding that there are acts that must not be committed, even against the most despicable of detainees, no longer convinces everyone. And she has since been detained by the Israeli government on charges of obstruction of justice, fraud, and abuse of office. Once again, Israeli society is debating what happened.
And the UN, where's the UN? Oh, we'll allow it. Why not? Well, we'll do sanctions. More sanctions, more continuing resolutions of bullshit. Meanwhile, Israel genocides their civilians, and now the military is going, no, this is horrible, what's happening? And what happens? They're going to get arrested. The military officials that are against this shit are going to be arrested. Can you wake the fuck up and do something about this Hitlerian-style government of Israel?
To the detainee. On Friday, Israel Katz, the Israeli defense minister, wrote on X, in a post that was auto-translated by the platform, I have decided that Chief Military Prosecutor Yifat Tomer Yerushalayim will not return to her position. Yeah. I will ensure that justice is fully served.
Our wonderful, her name is Yerushalayim. Are you fucking kidding me?
Blood libel against IDF
Fuck
soldiers
you, bitch.
And the SD.
If you want to try and say that God isn't for taking a 15-minute rape of a man on a camera, if you think that that's not the way of God, then you're out of this fucking military. We don't give a shit. We will take a Palestinian woman and split her fucking in half right in front of her kids and her husband. Because we are Israel. This is our land, and those scum will be eliminated. That's their attitude.
This should have
and
been
the UN does nothing.
Warning.
And the surrounding Arab nations do nothing. I thought Indonesia was supposed to step up and send 20,000, 30,000 troops to help. Nothing is happening. They aren't helping these people at all, and it's a bloodletting, and there's probably barely any people left in Gaza now. They've killed everyone almost. That's what God said. I guess that's what he meant by just wait. Because the cup of the martyrs, the blood of the martyrs has to be filled. And then the end comes. Then we're going to get this fucking wrapped up. That's what God says in Revelation. Because the blood of the saints is at the throne of God. And they're going, when, Lord? When are you going to avenge our blood? And he says, not yet. Because the rest of the blood needs to be spilled. Isn't that disgusting that we have to go this way? God would like you to just have to go through life without ever seeing any kind of bloodshed. Motherfucking Israel wants you bathing in blood.
Against anyone who lent a hand to the blood libel against IDF soldiers in the Stay Diamond affair. As for Israel's leader, Netanyahu has called the leaking of the video perhaps the most severe public relations attack on Israel since its founding. Itamar Ben-Gvir, Israel's national security minister,
What exactly is an attack on anything? This woman is exposing rape tactics within the military and going, this is an abomination. This stuff shouldn't happen. We're going to take a Palestinian civilian off the street and rape him on camera with a pole for 15 minutes? No.
Yikes.
This is a monstrous fucking military. And this person says, fuck this, I'm whistleblowing it. Bullshit, this is wrong. And what? They are done. Removed.
Referred to the leaked footage as a fabricated rape video. He's also bragging about the
real
nightmarish conditions in
world,
Israeli prisons. Meanwhile, one of the soldiers who is accused of raping the detainee is now showing his face and openly asking the citizens of Israel to support him. Jank, what do you make of this story?
Yeah, as disastrous as it gets, and unfortunately telling of the current state of the Israeli government, but also the Israeli population. So let's talk about all of it. First of all, the cowards in the IDF beat him for 15 minutes and raped him while he was shackled and bound.
Wow.
So they're very tough when they have tanks and jets and 2,000-pound bombs that we all paid for. They're very tough as they're murdering innocent civilians and raping them. But, I'm sure that they think that they're like the world's greatest soldier.
We are the most moral army on the planet. We are Israel. The most moral army on the planet, Israel, as they rape civilians.
Hey, Jason, for the love of God, if you want to come up on here and have serious conversations about horrible issues that are truly going on in the world, can you not dress like that and like play and fiddle with your hair? It's distracting from the real issue at hand here.
No. And now God says, enough. Enough. You're supposed to represent me, the light of the world.
You talk
the
too much,
menorah.
Red.
You're supposed to represent the light of the world. And you endorse raping civilians. That's it.
Soldiers. The other guy's side doesn't even have any weapons. You keep arresting people for throwing rocks. They arrested a 16-year-old American boy for looking at someone throwing a rock.
What?
Like, oh, see, he was looking, we're so scared, right? But the minute they have someone bound and shackled, they rape them.
What?
Because IDF are sick terrorists. So this is one example of it, but look at what they just did to Gaza. One of the worst genocides and ethnic cleansing of our lifetimes, all to steal half of it, 53%, now occupied by Israel. So the terrorists killed and terrorized all those people, and apparently raped some of the civilians, so that they could steal more land. So, I mean, look at them. You're seeing all the quotes. Those are Israeli cabinet members and Knesset members. So that disgusting Israel cats talking about how it's blood libel. So wait, let me get this right. The original blood libel was this absurd thing that they used to charge Jews with in Europe, where they would say, oh, they're killing Christian children and drinking their blood.
Right.
Terrible, disgusting, not remotely true, obviously made up as a way to gin up hatred towards Jews, which leads to pogroms and Holocaust, etc.
Yep.
So that's something that should be sacred, right? And you should just throw that around willy-nilly as a charge. Now, does this have anything to do with children or drinking their blood? No, it doesn't have anything to do with that.
No.
It has to do with rogue.
But it may not be limited to that type of behavior, Jake. And I know you ain't there because you're, there's conspiracy theory. Look, you need to acknowledge that the power at the top of this is spiritual. I'm going to repeat it again. The core of all of this with politics is spiritual. It is not about earthly shit. You are trapped in the two-dimensional chess game. You're playing chess on paper. They're playing chess in VR.
How much longer do we have? Yeah.
They're seeing way more because they know the spirit world exists because that's where they get their energy from.
Fuck.
It's not about physicality. It's about the thing that's the veil. It's about what's behind that veil. That's what they're after. Spirit, power, energy. And they alchemize it into this evil. It's Crowleyan sex magic. That shit. That's types.
Evil intrusive thought right now. I seen him ash in his little disgusting cup there, and I would just love for just one time on camera for him to accidentally drink out of that cup.
Stuff. It's alchemical in nature. The whole study of transmuting substances into something else is very much into this line of thinking. The new man depicted on the Qliphoth, the tree of life. The new man it's alchemical in nature. Okay, it's combining things that might not go together to create something new, and maybe even more powerful than anything that's been naturally created. That's the whole thought of transmuting and alchemy. Masonry is very much into that shit when it comes to DNA. They're obsessed with DNA, Masons. The top level Masons. They're obsessed with genetics and DNA. And there's a reason for that. So fallen angels fucked with our genes. That's what it's about, man. We had some weird genetic shit that definitely went down on the planet. You guarantee it. Crossed bloodlines. Goliath. Sons of men coming upon the daughters of man. The sons of God coming upon the daughters of man. Which is Genesis 6. It's the intermingling of the fallen angelic beings and earth women, which produced what they called the Nephilim, or the Gibberim, the great mighty ones, the giants. Goliath was a Gibberim. He was a Nephilim, the offspring of this union between human females and fallen angelic beings, which can come as angels of light. Can you imagine that, ladies? You know? You're in bed, and you just, you blink, and the next time you open up your eyes, there's this guy that looks like whatever dude that you like, that you have maybe fantasized about a little bit. He's right in front of you.
What the fuck?
And he makes his moves
Look,
right away.
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out for a minute, and this is what I came back to.
Doesn't matter, because these demons can be the most fucking sexually sensual, beguiling beings that you could imagine. So he just slides right in bed next to you and making moves on you to make you feel so good that you're going to go for it immediately. Your mind can't say no, because the touch of a demon when he wants to seduce you is going to be irresistible. Like how they depict Lestat with women. He just turns it on and he looks at them a certain
Is that how you ended up cheating on Shani? Just wondering.
way, and that it's over. They can't resist him. It's the same thing with the devil. You'll willingly fuck the devil because his touch is going to be exactly what you've always dreamed of what a sex touch could be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're dealing with fallen angelic beings, they'll put you in heaven, but they put a demon in you. They're going to put you in heaven for the sex, probably. Remember that movie, The Watchmen, with Mr. Manhattan, that blue guy, right? And he could multiply himself 15,000 times over, and like the sex with him is incredible. It would be like that, probably, with the fallen angel. They could do stuff to you that no man would know how to do, and just make you feel like you're in heaven. That your sex organ, the shit that they do with your sex organ would make you feel so blissfully good.
How did we get
I think
here,
that's what happened,
people?
In Genesis.
What the fuck?
When we think, fallen angelic beings screwing women, you're thinking, they're hideous-looking creatures that came in and did them, rape them or whatever. No, not necessarily. They could put on a body that looks exactly like me, right, and go into the woman and do their thing and impregnate her with a fallen angel. They can put on a body of what that person might find desirable. Because they're extra-dimensional beings. They can manifest in a body that looks like me. I fully believe that. That's what's in the Bible. Whenever you see angels, they are people. They look like men. There is not one instance in the Bible where you see an angel depicted as a female. Not once. It's men. Sometimes they have long hair. They look pretty effeminate. They're like attractive men. Effeminate, attractive men. That's what's depicted in the Bible. And angels look like. And that's why when you see the Renaissance art of like St. Michael or any of the angelic hosts, they look like femme attractive men, because that's really what's kind of described. I went off on a whole Bible thing there. TYT ain't going to understand anything if they don't get this as spiritual shit.
Terrorist or rapist. I mean, if they're not one of you and you're not in condoning the rape of innocent civilians, then you would obviously denounce the person. Well, yeah. I denounce it. I denounce Hamas, who did something similar.
Allegedly.
I denounce what Hamas did on October 7th. I denounce that Israel has done 75 October 7th.
Right.
Nope. In American media and American politics, they work for Israel. So no, not the same, not the same. 1 October 7th, way worse than 75 October 7th.
Yeah, right.
The people who were killed and raped are just Palestinians. That's our media treats them. They're just Arabs and Muslims. Who cares about that?
Exactly,
right?
that is how they treat it.
The Israeli government's like, the guys who raped Palestinians? Yes, we must protect it. The person who revealed the rape? You gotta punish her. We found a moral, decent person in the IDF. They don't belong.
Yeah.
They don't belong.
They don't.
Make sure you get rid of them and arrest them and punish them for trying to stop the rapists inside the IDF. Okay, so those are all facts, and they have nothing to do with blood libel.
Israel's fucking monstrous.
Nothing. Okay, blood libel isn't about rape. It's not about soldiers. It's not about grown people. It's just a made-up thing that was horrific back in the day. But now, Israel's like, let's callously use all the things that were done to us, or done to Jewish people overall, and then we'll hide behind those, we'll use them as shields, and that way we can rape the Palestinians, and we can murder their children, 20,000 of them, and get away with it, because we'll just say, wait a minute, hold on. She's an Israeli general.
Well, damn.
So, a Jewish Israeli is an anti-Semite who did the blood libel trope?
I don't think so.
Now she's an anti-Semite. Okay, well, you see,
I should probably stop leaving the room, because every time I zone out or I leave the room and I come back, I'm even more lost than I was before.
Garbage. The word anti-Semite, blood libel, all those things, trope, have been weaponized by the Israelis, and they hide behind them like cowards that they are. They're government officials. And they go, yeah, that's a good way to ruin everyone. And they're so deluded and so insane that they're like, we've been using it against Americans. Any American who opposes Israel, we punch them. We destroy their lives. We go, he hates Jews. I have to fire him. Make sure he never earns a living. Everyone hate this guy, right? That works so well. We just call all the Americans anti-Semites. So right, left, and we got them on Perry, scratch them, right? Now Israelis have a couple.
Why does it work? Because we allow political action committees. Why does it work? Because we allow foreign money in politics, which is insane. There's no way that there should be any group called AIPAC that gives money to United States senators to have influence for pro-Israel stuff.
Rev, you're not live. No one asked those questions. Are those your questions?
That should not exist. There's no zero. I don't care what the country is. I don't care if it's the UK. You don't have a situation where you are peddling influence for another nation, paid influence in the government. There's no way that's okay. And it's status quo. J Street in Washington. It's bullshit.
Conscience. By the way, the original guy who turned these guys in was a doctor. The doctor couldn't believe the IDF had done that. He's an Israeli. He's Jewish. And he was like, what? What? He's got knife wounds. You broke his ribs. He was shackled and tortured. By the way, you think this is a lone case? No way. When Israel returned its hostages in the recent ceasefire deal, they returned a lot of the dead hostages, right? And prisoners. Most of them are civilians that have never been charged with anything. Israel just swoops up civilians, goes, I want 20 of my soldiers back, so I kidnapped 1,000, 2,000 of your civilians. Oh, by the way, I've been just torturing them and raping them the entire time. Okay, but here they are. And as they were returning them, they were returned, bound and shackled, and tortured to death.
Wow.
So that's what the IDF does. And then they go, the whole world is anti-Semitic. There's no reason why you would object to torture or rape unless you hated Jews. And think about how much they smear other Jewish people by doing that. They're basically saying, if you love Jewish people, you would be pro-torture and rape.
No.
That is a disgusting thing to say. I don't know anything more anti-Semitic than that. I mean, how's that for irony?
Right.
So all these disgusting terrorist cabinet members in the Israeli cabinet and in their Knesset, all smearing other Jews for their own nationalistic grotesqueries. All right, so...
That's a good way of putting it, grotesqueries.
About the civilians, about the Israeli population, okay? So look, the IDF is clearly terrorist. Their government is clearly terrorist and fascist.
Yeah.
So then the question is, how about the people? Are they being held at gunpoint by this evil fascist government? A majority of Israelis say that Israel should keep going in Gaza.
What?
They haven't killed enough Palestinians.
Oh my God.
And now this...
Oh my God. I pray to God that the hearts of Israeli civilians turn. God, I hope that's not a real number. That the majority of them support what's going on in Gaza. That can't be. If the people go evil, if a majority of the people in Israel go evil, it's over. The Lord will eviscerate those people if they don't repent. Wow.
Guy's fundraising, the rapist. He's like, we should all punish the one decent person we found in the IDF. Punish the general who's a good person. Give me money because I rape Palestinian civilians. So Israel, what are you going to do? My guess is they're going to let him go and they're going to punish her. They're going to let all of them go and they're going to punish her. Their kangaroo courts and military courts find the IDF soldiers innocent 99% of the time. You know why? Because they're not real courts. They're like, you murdered and tortured and raped Palestinians. Congratulations. That makes you a model soldier in the IDF. Those are the exact kind of terrorists we're looking for. So they never get punished. They get rewarded for their terrorism. So we're sending tens of billions of dollars to a terrorist state. And their actions are clear. We didn't tell them to rape the Palestinians. They did. We didn't tell them to let go the rapist and punish the person who turned them in. That's what Israel's doing right now. So, look, at some point they're going to have an election, and we're going to find out. Look, I'm never, ever going to be for anything physical, violent, in any way towards any civilians, no matter how awful their point of view is. But right now, the majority of the Israeli population is backing terrorism and genocide.
Wow.
And I hope to God, I think that they could be better. They were better.
Oh my God, Jenk, just what?
Human beings.
I hope to God. It's just an expression. I don't believe in God. Okay, Jenk, that's fine. Oh my God, I don't think I can stomach anymore. It's over. Let's go, Bernie. What's up, Bernie?
Decisions that we in Congress make right now will impact this country for generations
I'm
to come.
not trying to be mean, but man, look at old Bernie Sanders there. Now, with all due respect to this man, because he's had a long career, whether I've disagreed with things that he has said or not, but Grandpa, can we retire? Licking your lips, because it's just, you know, he needs to retire. And the fact that Jason over here wants him to run for the next president, for fuck's sake, like, this man is almost at a point where he's going to, like, I feel dementia setting in just looking at him.
In America today, we have
And I'm not
a
saying that to be mean.
president
I don't wish that on anyone.
go to
consumed by his quest for more and more power, is undermining our Constitution, the rule of law, and is pushing this country closer and closer toward authoritarianism. I'm talking about a man who threatens to arrest and jail his political opponents here, right here in the United States of America. Not debate political opponents, not respectfully disagree with opponents. You oppose me, we're going to prosecute you. This is a man who is deploying the U.S. military, our armed forces, into democratic cities and allowing masked ICE agents to pick people up off the streets and throw them into vans without due process and take them to God knows where. I'm talking about...
Hey, folks, we got atheists now. Like, literally. We got atheists, like, talking about God at this point. That's how crazy the fucking shit has gotten. Okay, we have Bernie Sanders going, God. Bernie Sanders said God. Do you understand that's how bad it is? Okay? Jake said God, and now we got Bernie talking about God. Holy shit, I don't know what's going on. This is wild.
Who has sued virtually every major media outlet because he cannot tolerate criticism. Who has taken funds away from PBS and NPR because he doesn't want objective reporting about what his policies are doing. And this is a man who is actively encouraging his multi-billionaire friends to buy up more and more of the media so that he will have a media friendlier to him. This is a man who has extorted funds from law firms and is withholding federal funding from states that voted against him. Can you imagine that? There's never been a president, Republican or Democrat, who did not understand that he was president of the United States. Oh, the people in Utah voted against a Democratic president. We're not going to fund them, give them the funds that they are entitled to. That's never been the case. And this guy's open. Trump is quite open. Oh, Mamdani is going to be elected mayor of New York City. Well, you're not going to get federal funds. Unheard of. Illegal, unconstitutional. And
we got Bernie's fingers flailing. He's going, this is not normal behavior of an administration. Get the fingers.
Because we have a president
Get the
who
fingers.
does not believe in the rule of law, we have just seen,
That's
right
weird.
now, we're experiencing literally this moment. We have a president who is illegally withholding $5.5 billion in emergency SNAP funds, nutrition funds, from 42 million Americans, including 16 million children.
So if any of my viewers are still watching at this point, can you guys let me know? I know that they were talking about a Supreme Court ruled that there would be a release of funds to help the people that haven't received their EBT. If anyone in the comments knows if that's happened yet, let me know.
The Congress put money into a fund to make sure that if the government shuts down, there will be funding for the millions of people who depend upon SNAP funds, so that children in America and their parents and their grandparents will not go hungry in the richest country in the world. And Trump says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to withhold the funds. But then he changed his mind, and he announced he would comply with the court orders. It told him that he had to release the funds. Okay, I'll comply with those orders and release the funds. And then he announced this morning, that he was not going to release the funds and would allow children in this country to go hungry. But wait a minute. A few hours later, a spokesperson for the White House said that he would comply with the court's order. Withhold funds, release funds. Withhold funds, release funds, all within a period of a few days. Does anyone wonder why faith in our government now is so very low? Mr. President, let us be clear. This government...
Never trust your government. Like, I know I'm a conservative. I know I'm pretty Republican, but the one thing that I always know that has always rung true is you don't trust your government. We, the people, that's who you trust. We, the people, because that's who all this affects the most.
Shutdown now in its 35th day did not happen by accident. In the U.S. Senate, it takes 60 votes to fund the federal government. 60 votes. Republicans have 53 members. The Democratic caucus has 47. That means Republicans must negotiate with Democrats to move the budget forward. This is what has always happened until now. Common sense. You don't have 60 votes, you got to sit down and negotiate with the minority. That's what Republicans have done. That's what Democrats have done in the past.
There should never, ever be Republican leadership in the country ever again, period. End of story. There should never, ever be again Republican leadership in the country. Because they allowed this abomination to happen. Where you have kids that are literally, their stomachs are growling right now, this second.
You know, and this is where I'm going to tell Rev to shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, I honestly don't think that it matters if it's a Republican in office or a Democrat in office. This could happen. It's just behind the mindset of that president and what they're trying to do in their term. I'm not happy about the food stamp situation. I know a lot of you know that I am pro-Trump because I am. But I am very discouraged right now, as I know that these SNAP benefits, although they're meant to be short-term, they are very needed and people do depend on them. Whether the adults in this situation that are applying for these benefits are doing what they should be doing as adults is kind of irrelevant, because they've brought children into this world, and that is what kills me. The thought of a child going without dinner because the government, you know, like the Republicans and the Democrats don't want to play nice. You know, and that's kind of like where I feel we're at right now. And it's not affecting them personally. It's not digging into their wallets. It's affecting us, the people. We, the people.
They can't eat because this sack of shit president said, no, fuck food stamps. I don't care about the poor. You can all go to hell. Could we please get somebody like Bernie Sanders in office so that we could call this a day with these assholes, these people that don't give a shit about people? Like Trump. Put them out of office forever. They're gone in the dustbin of history, and let's put somebody like Bernie Sanders in the office. Holy shit, enough of the bullshit. I am done tonight. I can't do any more. It makes me want to fucking vomit.
Oh, and there it is. We ended right there. So there you have it, guys. That was posted last night by Rev, aka Rev Joker, Rev News. Our government hates us. I will get this uploaded and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you to all my subscribers. Like, you guys are fucking awesome. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. If you made it this far, I do have a special treat for you guys. I've had to order a couple things. Like, I'm going to be embarrassing myself so hardcore, but at the same time, it's going to be more of a satire thing. So if you've made it to the end of the video, let me know in the comments if you think you know what this crazy bitch is going to do.